I'm Tom.
And I'm Molly.
Welcome to Forensic Gameology, hosted by ForensicGameology.com.
Reviews for science.
In 7 minutes or less. Except today,
Previews.
it's a preview for science that we are previewing Arkham Ritual for its Kickstarter release. Arkham Ritual is a deduction game, but don't get ahead of ourselves. I think it could also be a push your luck game, although I don't know if it's billed like that. Everybody will be dealt a card, and they can't look at it. At the end of the round, you will either lose or gain insanity or lose sanity, but you'll gain a token of insanity. So you'll lose sanity or stay sane based on what your card is. If it is so I should be able to see Molly's. She should be able to see mine, but we can't see our own. Am I good? Am I good? Just tell me if I'm good. So if it's blue, then you have a chance at okay, I'll look too. Oh, we were in trouble. I have Cthulhu. I wasn't in trouble.
You weren't in trouble. I said that's bad.
If it's a blue card, you have a chance at keeping your sanity. If it's a red card, you will go insane. These are different artifacts. We have the Ancient Key, the Ritual Dagger.
The Grimoire.
The Grimoire. The Grimoire.
Grimoire.
So the thing is that there are more than one of each of these types, and they're different colors. If I'm holding a Ritual Dagger, and so is Molly, we both lose a sanity, even though mine is blue. Your artifact has to be unique and blue. Unless you have the cultist who switches the rules around, and then you have the investigator who helps you stay sane, and then Cthulhu will, instead of giving everybody one insanity, will give the number of players -1 that number of insanity, and Cthulhu won't have the insanity, but that only activates if they have a gate. So it's an involved game, and you are trying to deduce if what you are holding will keep you sane at the end of the round, and then when somebody hits 7 insanity, the game is over, and that person or people lose, and then everyone else stays sane and wins. Let's talk simplicity versus complexity.
So this game, I would say, is simple. On your turn, you draw a card, and then you pass it to a player. And that player chooses to take that card and swap their own. So if I hadn't seen this, I would be like, yeah, I'll swap it. And I put mine face up and think, sweet, I discarded a red. That's great. And hopefully this one's blue. Who knows? Except everyone else but me. And so that's how it goes. The round is over when everyone has passed. And so you can choose to keep the card or say, nope, I'm going to pass it on without knowing what it is. Or the game is over when you can't draw any more cards or some special effects. So pretty simple game. Yeah.
So far, this is a prototype, so I don't know what it's going to look like in complete production. It may look the same, but there's not a ton of text on the cards. It's just the title of what the card is. Mine's a magical orb. And a magical orb does something. And so there's a little bit of memorization you're going to have to do, where magical orb is I get to look at the top card of the deck and decide if I'm going to put it back or just put it out of the game. And so there's some things that it'll take a round or two to figure out, but once you play a round or two, you're going to have a grip on this game. You'll have a handle on it, easy peasy. Luck versus strategy.
Whew. This game has, to me, a lot of luck. A lot of luck in what you're dealt. That being said, the strategy is crazy to me because it's a deduction game, but how do you deduce? Well, I guess I haven't figured out exactly how to deduce, but it has to do with, did they pass you a certain card? Why did you get past the card first? Or why didn't you get past the card first? Or I haven't been past the card this whole time. What does that mean I have in my hand? And when I pass a card, should I discard it or not? I see that a really bad combo. I see the Cthulhu out, so I don't want anyone to discard because they have the gate, then I lose so much. So there is so much strategy. It's just super subtle and intricate.
Earlier I said that you could play this as a press your luck. This is a deduction game, but if you want to, you can go the entire luck route because it can be the round will end if you get to the bottom of the deck, but there's a lot of cards in this deck, and very often it will end on a special condition or people not accepting the card and then everyone passes and the round is over before you get to the bottom of the deck and see what all the cards are. So it's very difficult sometimes outside of the player's behavior to deduce what you're holding in your hand. So you can just press your luck and just kind of glance at the table, say, I see 4 blues, which means I probably don't have a blue, just numbers, and I'm going to discard it. Oh, thank goodness, it was a red. So I don't know what I'm holding, but now maybe people will start giving me cards because they want me to discard it because it is a blue and such and so forth. Or if you can see 2 people holding the Ritual Dagger, I'm not giving them a card if I can help it because I want them to keep those Ritual Daggers because they're going to hit. So it's strategic. You can deduce it, and you can deduce it by other players' behavior, which I think is super cool. But on top of that, you could just try to play quick and lean and just go as fast as you can and still play the press your luck, where I'm like, I could try to figure it all out, but there's still like 15 cards in here. I'm just going to go ahead and, I threw it. It was a pocket watch. I hope this one's not red. So I think you can go either way on luck and strategy here. Fun versus boring. The fun of this game, I think, comes from either of those two facets. For one, it's the Cthulhu theme if you like Cthulhu, but for just the simple gameplay, it's the cool mechanic of not being able to see the card in your hand. It's like the play on the one where you have the card on your head and only you can't see it. And that's only been done, I think, by a few games successfully since that like headbands game. And what I like about it is that you are pushing your luck even if you're trying to deduce, because you just can't know. And before it even gets to the bottom, if you're going to press your luck all the way to try to get to the bottom, you may have a game end just because of an elder sign or something. So I think there's a lot of tension in this game.
Yeah, I think the fun for me comes in the strategy, like I mentioned. Why didn't you pass me a card? Do I have a blue card, or do I have a red card and you don't want me to discard it so I get negative? Or do I have something really awesome like the Cthulhu and you don't want me to discard it? Or you do want me to discard it? Is that what you passed? So I do think this game is fun. So Arkham Ritual, we've presented the evidence.
You be the judge.